The subject of this story is a formidable hunter on whose empire the sun is now setting. Millions of years of evolution made him the largest feline on the earth, and for thousands of years he reigned supreme, ruling over the other creatures that shared his world, until one of them rose up against him. Man turned the tables in the kingdom of the tigers. We changed the rules of the natural world. We became the strongest, the most aggressive, and the most prolific. The setting for our story is an overpopulated world that has usurped most of the territory of the tiger. A stolen kingdom in which man, previously fearful and reverent towards the great feline, is leaving him without territory, without prey, without a future. A world of superstitions for which each one of the parts of the powerful feline represents a remedy for frustrations, impotencies, and illnesses. Traditional lies that are killing off the last tigers. This is the story of a fight to the death, a battle between men that will decide the future of the tigers. Without time for long-term plans, only direct action can halt the otherwise inevitable extinction. It is a war with innocent victims on both sides, an international struggle in which tigers and men die as a result of the immoral greed of the invisible traffickers who run the illegal trade in the different parts of the tiger. This is, in short, the story of one species' fight to save another, of man against his dark side, of the belated attempt of one super predator to help another, who he has brought to the very edge of extinction. In the state of Madhya Pradesh, in central India, the Kanha National Park has become one of the last refuges for the Bengal tiger. Ahimsa, a 3-year-old tigress, has recently taken possession of her own territory. The park researchers, who give names to the tigers in order to make it easier to monitor them, know that the new tigress lost 2 of her sisters to the poachers and a 3rd as a result of a cobra bite. Luckily, Ahimsa has found an empty territory inside the park, and, under its protection, her possibilities of survival have greatly increased. Even so, the dangers have not ended. The marks on the trees reveal the presence of a territorial male, a male that the new tigress will have to accept within her domains.
Река большая, так сразу нахуй воткнул туда, блядь. Хули, что-то надо сделать.
A small village in the far east of Russia is visited by the inspectors of the police department and the anti-poaching patrol.
Так, разбросанные предметы. Первая лёжка.
Vladimir Shetinin, head of the patrol, questions the locals and sends his team to inspect the village. The tracks seem to confirm the attacks of a marauding tiger.
Ой, какие светлые. Нападение было на меня.
To the expert eyes of the patrol, a few hairs, fresh tracks, and broken gates and fences indicate where the tiger entered.
Верховье, какие светлые. Нападение.
The blood on the ground confirms the fears of the villagers. The tiger has carried off a man. patrol leaves the village and follows the trail of the feline. Accustomed to moving across the snow following the elusive trail of the poachers, it is not long before Vladimir's men confirm their worst fears. The barkings of the dogs tell them that they have reached the end of their search. Attacks by tigers on humans are incredibly rare, and it is even rarer that they do so in order to eat. Vladimir and his men suspect that something must have happened to the animal. Whatever the tiger is like, it has turned into a man-eater, and the mission of the patrol created to conserve these extremely rare felines is now to seek out and kill the tiger. Under the protective cover of night, a risky encounter takes place in the depths of the forest. The infrared camera reveals the approach between a female tiger and a male, a promising encounter in a region where there are almost no tigers left, but one which is nonetheless full of dangers. If the male does not accept the female, he could kill her, and so the first moments of the encounter are marked by tension. Fortunately, the tigress is receptive, and the male seems to accept her in his territory. With numbers in clear decline, each one of these encounters could be the key to perpetuating the species in this, the most northerly region of the Siberian tigers. Even so, the female will play hard to get, forcing the male to undergo a test of patience and submission.